Yo, what's going on, brothers? Today I want to talk about relapses and specifically what to do if you just had a relapse. So, if you just had a relapse, what I want to say to you is you got to understand that I'm sure you heard this before, but it's true. Relapsing is part of the process to recovery. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying this as making an excuse to relapse. You got to really understand I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying what I mean is if you had a relapse, this is going to be a part of your story to on the road to breaking through to longer streaks, right? Because every time that you relapse, you have to understand that all the time that you were clean in between, you were learning something, you were growing. So that counts for something, right? And you can look at it like this: sports players, like world-class sports players. Say you lose a game, right? Say they lose a game. They're not going to say, "Oh man, I lost, man. I'm just a failure. I'm not going to make it." No, they keep on going. Think about like a football season. Who who's like who makes it to the playoffs? It's depending on your record, right? It's not like they never lose games. It's say like they'll have like a record of I don't know. It's been a while since I watched football, but they'll have a record of so many wins and then a little bit of losses, right? So they take the wins with the losses. You see what I'm saying? And they still go on to be a world-class champion. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it like that, and you got to also understand that you're in the 1%, man. You're in the 1% of people. I mean, I haven't looked into this, but I'm sure that it's less than 1% of people are attempting to do Nofap, attempting to change their lives, attempting to quit porn. So you're ahead of like everyone. You're ahead of 99% of the people, right? And then the other thing I want to say is that there's a saying. I probably said this in one of my videos, but it's that the master has failed more times than the beginner or the student. Yeah, has the master has failed more times than the student has even tried. So what I mean by this is I'm not a master by any means, but I have now had long-term success on NoFap and semen retention over a year. So I would say that anybody who has over a year or any sort of long-term success on NoFap and semen retention, bro, you have no idea like how many times we have failed to get to that point. So those were all relapses, you know what I mean? So I never said, I'm not going to make it. Oh, I relapse. This is too hard. I'm not going to make it. No, I said I'm going to keep on going, and eventually I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude you have to have, right? So now let's get into some more, a little more deeper, heavier topics when it comes to what to do after a relapse. So what I would say to everybody after, like, if you have a relapse, first of all, you don't have to. First of all, listen, you don't have to relapse, okay? So I'm saying if you relapse, immediately what you need to do is go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and really look at like how drained you look. Look at that look you have of like being a soulless zombie, and just like let it sink in. Just let it sink in, man. Just look yourself in the mirror, man, and let it sink in. And what I would say is also get a video camera and record yourself. Make a video log for yourself of immediately after you relapse, right? Because this is going to help you in the future. You're going to look at that every time that you think about relapsing, and you're going to think to yourself, wow, man, look how I look after I relapse. I don't want to do this, right? So I actually did do this. I have a couple videos of when I was struggling, and still relapsing. And I watched them recently, and I'm glad that I have those videos because it's a reminder of why I don't want to go back, So also, take a piece of paper or open up a notepad on your computer, and if you just had a relapse, I want you to journal, man. Really, like, write out how you feel. And you're going to read this too also, to keep you from relapsing in the future. So I did this also. Towards the end, I was journaling. Well, what I mean is towards the so before I broke through to this 1 year plus relapse, 1 year plus Nofap and senior retention streak I'm on, I started journaling a lot. Basically, like anytime I would relapse, I would write it down. That's another thing. Write down if you relapse. Just keep like a whole like notepad in your, or like a Word file in your computer, and every time if you relapse, write it down. Keep the date, right? And then write down how long your streak was also. And also write down how you feel, like complete garbage. And also the next day, when you wake up, make a video and write in the notes how you feel, because that's gonna, you need to know how you feel the next day as well to keep you from relapsing. You're gonna watch the video and read those notes that you write, right? So I was doing all this before I broke through to this 1 year streak I'm on. And that's the other thing, you got to realize that as you go on, you're going to break through to longer and longer streaks and more consistent streaks, right? So like before I broke through to this 1 year streak, I was consistently hitting 3 weeks to 1 month streaks. I would like be clean for like 3 weeks or like 1 month, and then I would relapse. And then I would be clean for another like 3 weeks to 1 month, and I would relapse. And it was consistently like 3 weeks to 1 month plus streaks. And then eventually it broke through to this 1 year streak. So you got to realize that if you relapse, you got to keep going, man. And eventually you're going to make it, right? So the other thing I want to touch on is people say, okay, so I've watched a lot of Nofap channels say that like make videos for like people who relapsed, and they say if you relapse, don't beat yourself up. So I want to just say that I couldn't disagree more with that philosophy, because, and this is kind of like yeah, like a lot of modern pastors too, I feel like they're like making light of sin, you know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up. Like, no, you should beat yourself up, and let me tell you why. So when I would have relapses, I would definitely beat myself up, bro. I would be like, yo, this is not cool. I can't believe I did this. I would cry sometimes. I would cry to the Lord. I would like ask for forgiveness. I would really feel like a piece of crap, and I would like embrace that. You know what I mean? Because that feeling, what would happen is I would feel that feeling after a relapse, and that feeling would propel me to like 7 days of being clean, just based on that feeling alone of embracing how much of a piece of garbage I felt like. You know what I mean? If I was to say, oh man, I'm not going to beat myself up, then I would probably have relapsed a lot more, to be honest with you. And you know, there's different philosophies, but this is my philosophy, that yes, you need to feel your feelings and not suppress them. If you had a relapse, you need to really feel how shitty you feel, how, excuse my language, how much of a piece of garbage you feel like, and feel bad about it, man, because this is going to propel you to be clean. If you don't feel bad about it, then you're just going to go do it again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my philosophy on that. And you know, I just want to also say that if you relapse, you got to pray immediately, man. You got to hit your knees, pray, ask for forgiveness, and ask for the power to keep on going, man. Ask for the power to succeed on this journey, man. If you don't believe in God, man, listen. Call out to Him, ask Him, Lord, ask Him to reveal Himself if He's real. He can show you. There's ways that He can prove to you. Trust me, man. He has all power in heaven and earth. Jesus has all power in heaven and earth. They can reveal themselves to you if you seek them. Trust me, man. Just trust me on this. They have ways supernaturally. So, you know, if you relapse, you need to get closer to God, man. Because, listen, I said this in a previous video, but Alcoholics Anonymous, It's about recovering from alcohol and drug addiction. That whole program is based. Listen, it's the most successful program for any sort of drug addiction recovery. And guess what the first steps are. The steps are came to believe we were powerless over our addiction. And then step 2 is came to believe that a power greater than us can restore us to sanity, right? Then step 3 is made a conscious decision. Step 3 is to call out to God and ask Him to save you from your alcohol addiction, basically. So their whole recovery system is based on a relationship with God. So that's going to be your best bet to overcome this situation if you keep on relapsing. Just to form a relationship with God and ask Him to save you. That's exactly what happened to me, man. I cried out to Jesus Christ in tears, and I screamed up to the sky, Jesus, please save me. I said those words, and I was supernaturally delivered from any sort of cravings to any sort of urges to watch porn. And I had no urges for like the first 9 months. Now, as I went along, I have had urges recently, but knowing that Christ delivered me, there's no way that I'm going back. And that's the other thing, fear of the Lord. For those who are in the faith, if you keep relapsing, listen, fear of the Lord is gonna be, it's the cure for any sin, bro. You gotta understand, man. The Bible says fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the holy is understanding. So fear of the Lord, for me, I will never relapse just based on fear of the Lord alone, because I don't want to be judged on Judgment Day as somebody who kept committing a sin, and it is a sin. And I'm rebuking all pastors who say it's not, man. And I know, kind of going off topic, but yeah, I'm rebuking all people who are making videos saying that it's cool to fat, man. I straight up saw a video of a guy, I don't know his name, but he was like, said that he had a year clean from porn, and he was like, yeah, man, I realized that it's cool as long as you don't watch porn, bro. Open rebuke to that dude. If you see anybody saying that, I rebuke them in Jesus' name, bro. So we got to be warriors on this path, man. And just to wrap it up, bro, again, I'm gonna keep saying this, we're living in the last days, man. And we need to have all the energy we can, bro. We cannot afford to be draining our spirits with pornography and masturbation. If you do want to choose to do semen retention, it's gonna power you up, man, like Goku, bro. You want to have like all the spiritual power that you can heading into these end times, man. If you ever watch Bleach, we talk about like your spiritual pressure. Doing semen retention, it raises your spiritual pressure, bro. You're gonna need that to stay strong in this world where everything is run by Satan, bro. The devil wants to bring us down, but we got to be strong spiritually. And what better way to start but to overcome lust and to overcome sexual sin, man. I would say that sexual sin is probably like, if you can overcome that, you can overcome anything else, man. And if you keep relapsing, bro, listen, bro, you gotta understand that the benefits is insane, bro. It's not even what you think, bro. Like, they talk about the benefits as in like certain like benefits, like by themselves, like, oh, you have a lot of energy, which is true, and all these things, but you have to realize that the biggest benefit is the compounding benefits of Nofap and semen retention over time. Your whole life is going to change, bro. And you just got to hold on to that, bro. If you keep relapsing, you'll accomplish your dreams, man. If you can give up porn. I know it sounds like weird, like what is this dude talking about? But you got to just trust me, bro. Well, if you can give up porn and masturbation, bro, you can do anything, man. You know, and so just keep that in mind. Stay prayed up, man. Stay connected to God. I appreciate everybody who comments, man. I'm reading all your comments and responding to all your comments. It's motivating me. It's helping me stay clean on this path, man. And I love y'all. And yeah, I believe in y'all. There's absolutely no difference between you and somebody who has over a year, man. It's just that you gotta keep on going, and you'll get it, man. You'll break through, bro. So we'll talk soon, and God bless you. All right.